Impressionism. When we think of Impressionism, we often envision a tradition of bright, joyful images splashed with color and sparkling light. But this is a more complex movement, seeking new meaning and social roles for art. Impressionism actually has two distinct threads and two stages. The first thread is the tradition of Monet and Renoir, who focus on the light itself and the positive images of modern living. Monet's Impression Sunrise inspired the name of the movement. It tries to catch that moment when the light hits your eye before everything resolves into labels and shapes in your mind. Renoir's Moulin de la Galette shows a happy scene of Parisian middle-class leisure, the dancing hall in light, the bustle of city life. Even the figures have a light, shimmering quality, yet are voluptuous and rich in form and texture. The other thread is dominated by artists such as Manet and Degas. These artists are interested in exploring optics and social commentary. Manet is the inventor of the color patch, the basis of the Impressionist style. Instead of using line and color to create forms, Manet looked at planes and how light reflects off surfaces. He combines this direct observation of light and form with a keen interest in social commentary, exploring the seedier corners of Parisian society. His Olympia shows us not only the reflection of light off the planes and textures of the woman in the room, it also presents us with the Parisian courtesan, mainstay of upper middle and upper class Parisian society. She is a frank businesswoman displaying the goods and referencing Titian's famous courtesan painting, The Venus of Urbino. Degas' famous and beautiful ballerinas also contain social messages. These girls were often taken from the lower classes and trained to perform in a lifestyle often paid for by the gentlemen in tall black hats, sometimes seen in the shadows and stage wings, with the expectation of return on their investment, of course, not just in ticket sales. Degas' Little Dancer, 14 years old, is well known to be a study in physiognomy, depicting the facial type associated with a juvenile delinquent. Degas was also interested in optics, particularly in photography, and specifically snapshot compositions. The oddities in line, perspective, and point of view in snapshots lend a sense of immediacy, as if we are glimpsing into intimate scenes. The rehearsal and the tub exploit these snapshot views, cutting the scenes at odd angles and showing women in unguarded moments. The weft that binds these threads is an interest in realism and capturing modern experience and immediacy. These are the first artists who actually leave the studio and set up their canvases on the street, in the garden, out in the world, and try to paint what they see directly. Impressionism also had an early phase and a late phase. The early phase is dominated by that sense of immediacy of experience, focusing on modern life and modern scenes. As this becomes trendy and trite, Impressionist artists switch to a later phase, looking for more timeless subjects and deeper messages. Monet starts looking at timeless scenes such as the Cathedral of Rouen, with its authority of age, and to the timeless peace of the garden, as in his famous water lilies. Manet continues its exploration of seedy Parisian culture at his bar at the Folies Bergère, where he places his viewer in the role not of an upper-class citizen, but a more commonplace middle-class gentleman propositioning the barmaid. This girl is more of a common prostitute than Olympia, and she has out the calling cards of her second trade, the flowers in her cleavage, the oranges and roses on the counter, the bracelet on her mid-arm. The point of Impressionism is to give us that unguarded glimpse, that impression of modern life. They give us valuable insights into 19th century culture and living in these shimmering, fleeting images of light.